Hello there and welcome to the Bearded Peacock. It's my channel where we talk all things Leeds United, and I'm back. I haven't done a video for about 10 days I think now. It's been a little while. Obviously there's not been much going on. There's been the international break and I haven't really thought, I can't really think of what to put on, well, I could, but I just thought it'd be pointless and a waste of time really. The majority of it, and people can speak among themselves, can't they, about the international break. We're back to the bread and butter of Championship regular domestic football. Well, at least for a month or so anyway. There's another international break not that far away, not in the middle of October, but for now, for a few solid weeks, it's Championship action all the way for Leeds United, and the potential of a cup, well, a debut at the very least on Sunday. Of course, we're going down to London to play Millwall. It's always a difficult game for Leeds United, this one. If you go and let me know in the comments there below. I'm not going to do my usual kind of travel guide thing for this one. We're just going to look quickly. It's going to be a quick preview, really, of this game because it's tomorrow and everything. So, but I've had a quick look at Millwall and whatnot, and we know a little bit about them, obviously, don't we? So it'll be Millwall. Look at them. Bit of injury and stuff. News beforehand, obviously. I might try and predict the lineup for what Daniel Farke's going to go with, because the international break is done now, and I'm going to start trying to predict the lineups from now on. So yeah, so and then we'll look back at the last time and then everything like that. So welcome along to the previews of my channel. So yeah, so we're looking at injury news, and I think it's pretty much as you were for Leeds United. Few obviously a little bit closer than they were last time against Wednesday, to coming back to the team. But I think the likes of Patrick Manford, Junior Firpo, and others I can't remember off the top of my head are still out injured. Jed Spence, Daniel Farke said it, I think he's a little bit lacking match fitness. Doesn't look like he's going to start this game. Whether he's on the bench or not, again, I'm not sure. But there's news of a little injury, perhaps, that he's got. Liam Cooper not yet fit either, but they're getting closer, I think, to being involved in the matchday squad. Perhaps some of them might be, who knows? But we're looking at maybe a Leeds United debut for Jaden Anthony, who of course signed on deadline day before the international break. So let's wait and see. I don't expect him to start, but I do expect him to feature off the bench. Now Millwall, on 7 points, a point better off than Leeds United. Won 2 of their 5 games, drawn 1 and lost 2 as well. They have been defeated at the Den so far. Out of their 2 home matches, they lost 1-0, 1-0 to Bristol City, and they won the other 1-0 against Stoke City. So it's a difficult place to go. Gary Rowett will set his side up, I'm pretty sure, of a 3-5-2 formation. They have got a couple of injuries themselves. I think the goalkeeper, Sarkic, is out. Honeyman is out. I think there's 1 or 2 others that won't make this game. But, it's a pretty... They all know how to play the Millwall way, don't they? It's a difficult stadium to play at. It's a difficult one for Leeds United to go to historically. And as I've seen so many other people saying, it's dead true, is they'll just be bang up for it. It's an early kickoff on a Sunday afternoon, a 12 p.m. kickoff on a Sunday afternoon or Sunday lunchtime. They'll be up for it. Leeds will be up for it, but I do believe it's a horrible place to play. And anybody going, if you buy the home fans and they get irate, or we score, or even if they score, they might end up chucking money. So wear your hoods, and they might be a little bit more generous, perhaps, being down south than us guys in the north. Maybe they'll throw coins that value a little bit more, perhaps. So keep your hoods on. You might catch some, or keep your hands out your pockets. You might catch some. Hopefully they'll be angry on Sunday afternoon, but who knows? Because yeah, they're a decent side. Millwall, Gary Rowett always seems to be on the edge of disaster, but has seemed to have been in charge of there for quite some time now. Gets them set up well. They're all nasty players mainly, but they've got a few technically gifted, very nice players. In one in particular in Fleming, I think Bradshaw scores quite a few goals as well. And the lad Nesbitt has got himself back into the Scottish squad, hasn't he? 2 goals from 6 games so far this season in all competitions for Millwall. So they've got players that can definitely hurt us. Like I said, I do expect it to be back three and a packed midfield for us to break down. But I do think historically we haven't had the rub of the best of form at all down in London itself, but definitely at the Den. It's just not been a happy hunting ground at all for Leeds United. No win there for 11 years now. Ross McCormack was the last man to get a winning goal for Leeds United at the Den in a 1-0 win in 2012. So, yeah, it's not the best. I can't remember how many games that has been. It's been about 6 or 7 games, I think, without a win there now. But we don't win many there. It's a difficult place, like I said. Horrible. They make it very, very hard. But I think it's a different Leeds United now, personally. That I think we've got enough to beat this Millwall side. They're full of some technically different players, some meathead shithouses, aren't they? And obviously, a couple of our boys played there last season, who I do imagine will be in the squad. I think Jamie Shackleton, due to the lack of left backs, will probably start again like he did against Sheffield Wednesday a couple of weeks ago, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, Millwall, like I said, two home games so far, won one, lost one. They have lost. They got thumped in the cup as well by Reading, but obviously they weren't taking that cup very serious at all. Any Millwall fans who find yourselves watching this, let me know in the comments how you fancy this. It's a big, big game. It's not been happened for a few years, obviously, while we've been in the Premier League. Millwall always knocking on the door of the playoffs, in and around the playoffs. They were very unlucky to miss out on it last season at the very last minute. I think it was goal difference, was it? That took them to 7th place. So very, very close. I think it was 7th. Somebody in the comments let me know if I'm wrong on that one. But yeah, I mean, the last time we played them was a 2-1 defeat for Leeds, an early red card for Gaetano Berardi. Put Leeds up against it. We were 2-0 down. Alioski pulled one back early in the second half, but it wasn't enough. We couldn't get back from that in, I think it was October 2019, so near enough 4 years ago now. We played them down there last. And yeah, like I said, no wins since 2012, and it's just a real difficult game. Hellish journey, isn't it? There as well, obviously with it being in London, and it's a long way down. It's a long way back. It'll be a great way back if we do manage to pick up the 3 points. And like I said, I backers, I think we've got enough to do it. We've got enough quality to do. I think it almost suits this team potentially to be going away from home a little bit more, with all the business that went on last season at Ellen Road. No wins so far, obviously this time all drawn, all three. I think it might do us good to just get out on the road and play without any fear or freedom, and well, just freedom. Play with composure, and don't let the Lions Den atmosphere of Millwall get the better of them. And it's a young side, but I think it's got enough quality to unlock Millwall at key times. I think we'll see. If I go into my predicted lineup, then we've got Melier in goal. We've got Shackleton left back, a back two of Rodon and Strauch, with unfortunately Ayling on the bench. Like I said, Jed Spence don't look like he's going to be fit for this one. I think Ampadu, and then I think Kamara. I think we'll see a debut from this. Well, sorry, a first start for Glenn Kamara. I think Archie Gray. I don't think we'll see it. I think Archie Gray will be in and out of the squad now. But we've got depth now in that area. Obviously, I expect Gruev to be on the bench. I think Gray will be on the bench, but I think we've got Gruev as well. But I think Kamara is probably the man for this one. I watched him for Finland in the international break, and just to get a little bit of more of an idea of what kind of player he is. And I think he's a bit more attacking, so maybe that might suit with Ampadu holding and him going forward to join the attack a little bit more potentially. Then I think we'll have probably the same as we did at Ellen Road against Wednesday. Willie on the left. Well, the same four. Willie on the left, Rutter in the 10, Somerville on the right, and I'd obviously like to see Joel Perot up front by himself, but whether Daniel sees to do that, who knows. But I think that'll be the front four in some sort of way anyway. And I think, like I said, Anthony, I think we will see him off the bench at some stage as well. Could offer quite a lot, couldn't he, to this team? And incidentally, in those front four players, one lad does have experience of a match-winning goal against Millwall at the Den, and that is, of course, Joel Perot. Scored the winning goal for Swansea in a 1-0 win back in 2021, his first season in English or Welsh football, of course, playing in Wales. But yeah, he's got experience of winning games, scoring a goal, scoring a winning goal. Let's hope he can do that as well again. I think he can. Hopefully, he'll be more effective. I would play him in number 9 role. Absolutely every game you can do, just play him there. He'll score goals. And it's a different team, like I said, that went down there 4 years ago. For some reason, even though we were flying in that season, we just couldn't. We just can't seem to crack Millwall for some reason. But I think we will this time. I do. I've got a decent feeling about this one actually. I wasn't earlier on in the week, but for some reason, on the eve of the game, I've got a bit of a feeling that we might just pip them and get 3 points. We need it because our season needs to get going, doesn't it? Let me know in the comments there what you're thinking. Are you going to Millwall tomorrow? Perhaps you're in London already and waiting for the game tomorrow lunchtime. Thanks very much, of course, as always, for watching. Marching on together. I'll see you on the next one.